Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 17 of the Daddy Brigade podcast. I'm Keith the Bearded Tank. Nope.
I'm Zach the Tactical Gnome.
Hey, a little laggy there, but that's okay. We're experiencing some technical issues with the interwebs as of today. But we're gonna get you this episode out. First off, I want to make a formal announcement. Because of schedules and stuff getting tighter and tighter, especially with the weather finally getting warmer, we're gonna work it out to where you'll get a podcast episode out every other week. The off weeks where we don't have an episode out, you will have a live feed of us doing our prep and everything. But we definitely are still doing the podcast. I know my brother's like, "Oh, you haven't done an episode in a couple days, a couple weeks, or whatever." I'm like, yeah, well, we're working through it. But just wanted to let everybody know we are switching the format to bi-weekly instead of weekly. All right, so into the main topic. This week is dream cars and dream guns. We put in our Facebook group, the Daddy Brigade, for some listener insight into their lists and everything. Their top 5 dream cars and their top 5 dream guns. We're going to start off with our lists. Zach, what do you got on there?
All right, so connection's still okay and everything, right?
Yep, still sounding good.
All right, so first off, I wanted to say, so last week, before we get into the top 5 thing, so last week I invited Keith to come out with myself and the wife to go watch my brother-in-law's band and our friend Rob's band play Keith's first punk and hardcore show. And Rob's band is the band that puts on the music for our intro is done by Rob's band, The Lost Ones. So we went and seen that, and Keith got to hear the song live and got to see people be crazy. And I don't know, what did you think, man? I wanted to know what you thought of the whole scene there for a minute.
No, go to bed, Harper. It was definitely something different. It was a good time, though. And it just worked out great that our intro song was the last song played, period, for the night. It was awesome.
Yeah, that was actually really cool. And that's normally kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to go out and hang out with them guys. So huge shout out to shout out to Rob and Steve, the guys in Cold Concrete, which is my brother-in-law's band. You can check those guys out on Facebook and Instagram, both bands. Also, shout out to Westside Bowl for throwing the show, for allowing us to have a place. A lot of the old punk venues are kind of gone now, so
wow, yeah, it was.
We'll have a menu to.
Yeah, it was definitely a great show, a great time. Lots of people, lots of fun happenings.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So, with that being said, we'll get into the top 5. So, my top 5. How do we want to do this? Do we want to do top 5 cars first and then top 5 guns?
Yeah, sure, that'll work.
So I'll do my top 5 cars. You do your top 5. And then we'll do top 5 guns. And then we can kind of go through some of the other people's
Yeah, we can go through
entries.
the submissions. Yep.
All right. So my top 5 cars. So for the people watching on Facebook, the ones that know me, and everything else. So my number 1 is an all blacked out lifted truck or lifted Jeep. 4 doors. I've been looking at several trucks right now. But basically all blacked out. Been looking at Tacomas, been looking at Jeeps. But basically 4-door, your basic lift, nothing too extreme. Nice rims, nice, meaty tires. None of this mall crawler stuff that you see with the neon and stuff.
Yeah.
It'll be awesome. It'll be off road use. Other than that, all blacked out. So black on black on black, black exterior, black interior, black windows, black everything. It could be a diesel, it could be gas. Either way, that's my kind of go-to, and hopefully one that I'll be able to get eventually within the near future. My number 2. So as a kid, my stepmom took me and 2 of my friends to see the movie Gone in 60 Seconds with Nicolas Cage. My favorite car out of that movie is probably well known by everybody that knows me. The 67 Shelby GT500.
Eleanor.
AKA Eleanor. But I want to throw a twist on it. I want a twin turbo version of Eleanor. Thanks, John. Yes, I know I'm bald. But basically, I would like a twin turbo 67 Shelby GT500 KR, which is what that is. It's the King of the Road edition. That's what KR stands for. With the nitrous, basically, you can go on 60 seconds and slap twins on it. And that's what I want.
Life is better with twins.
Yeah, it's that car. I've always liked that car. Even with the nitrous, that car is just beautiful. And actually, there was a company called Unique Performance out in California that was building these cars. And they had a version that was supercharged, and it was putting like 1,100 and some horsepower down.
Wow. Yeah, when you figure in 15% for the drivetrain loss, that's a lot.
Yeah, it was impressive. That's on my number 2 list. My number 3 is one that the past couple of years I've found out through videos such as 1320 and some other companies. It's called UGR, which is Underground Racing. And they specialize in building some ungodly, crazy fast street legal Lamborghinis. Just belligerent, stupid fast. There's a video of one of their Lambos during Texas 2K racing. I believe it was a Supra. And the guy driving the Supra is like, damn, that thing's fast. And they pulled over at a gas station and were talking to the guy. And they're like, how fast were you going? And he goes, I don't know. At 220, I ran out of gear.
Wow.
Which is just insane. They're 4-digit horsepower Lamborghini, Gallardos, Aventadors, basically any of the new Lambos they've messed with in twin turbo. They're just absolutely nuts. And if I ever win the lottery, I will have one. Just because, why not have a 4-digit horsepower Lambo?
Yeah, really.
Number 4, it's weird because I have number 4, and I have 2 cars actually for number 4. So that would technically be 4 and 5, but it's under the same manufacturer. So number
Always
4
gotta find the
is
loophole.
Aston Martin. I am a huge fan of the Aston Martins, but I am very partial. Like, I like the Aston Martins. Don't get me wrong. I know there's all kinds. There's the 177, but I like the DB9. I also want the DB5. If you know, the DB5 was the car that was used in the James Bond movie Goldfinger.
Yeah.
It's the little silver Aston Martin. I love that car. Hard to find. I did find one on eBay that was actually used in the movie and runs and drives, and they only wanted, $500,000 for it. I found ones that weren't in the movie, and they were still about $150,000, $200,000.
Oh, jeez.
For a DB5. DB9, they vary, but I do like the look of DB9s. The look of pretty much all Aston Martins, I like how they look, but the DB5 and DB9 are my favorite. I've always liked them. I don't know what started that, but I just have always liked them. Blame it on all the James Bond movies, I guess. Number 5. So number 5 takes a little bit of research if you want to look it up. So I'm a big fan of B.J. Baldwin. If you don't know who B.J. Baldwin is, he is a trophy truck driver, has competed in the Baja and all these things, won the Baja, but he drives for Monster Energy. He's also done some stuff with Recoil Magazine. He's done some cool videos, kind of like Ken Block's Gymkhana videos, but he does them with a trophy truck.
Oh, geez.
And it's a lot cooler. B.J. Baldwin's also a big Second Amendment guy, big gun nut, and has some really cool cars. He also runs an R35 GTR. He has one of those. It's a really nice car. He was known for his trophy diesel, which I thought was badass. Basically, they built a trophy truck that could be driven daily, but it was a diesel.
Huh.
Thought it was awesome. But his newest one that I fell in love with, and I truly love it, I want to actually build my own version, is what they call Loki. Loki is a K5 Blazer that is set up to be a pre-runner.
Nice.
The off-road suspension and everything, but it's just beastly. It's gray with, it's like a flat gray with a flat black roof. The thing is just mean looking. If you look on his Facebook, there's pictures of it. Same with Instagram, but I absolutely love the look of it, the idea behind it, and I always would love to have something like that. I think that'd be awesome to have.
Heck,
And it's ballsy fast, too. Yeah, that's pretty much my top 5. But it's either fast or it's lifted and can go fast.
yeah.
But I will throw in 2 little honorable mentions. And both of these are vehicles from the military. And I don't have the names of either one of them, which is dumb with me because I tried to do this list at work and I just didn't have time to look up the names. The vehicles that they are bringing out to replace the Humvees
Yeah.
I give that an honorable mention. The only reason I give it an honorable mention and it's not on the list is because the Army already managed to roll one over
Yeah.
within 3 hours of getting it.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was impressive. And then if you follow me on Instagram, you will see little side by side that's made by Polaris for the special operations guys. And you asked why I would put a top 5 or put that as an honorable mention in top 5 for cars and stuff. I think it's a cool little thing because it's a side by side. It's got a turbo motor in it. It's got machine gun mounts on the passenger side and in the bed. And it's the Desert Can, and it just looks badass.
Heck yeah.
Practicality, and probably good for around the farm. That's about it.
Yeah. Around the farm, which is what we call the range, you know.
Yeah, the range, the farm, the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. So, well, my top 5 is not in any specific order. I find it hard. These are the things I like them. My gun list is not in any specific order either. These are just the top 5 things that fall under what I like, my favorites, my dreams. Number 1 is a Nurspec R34 Skyline. Everybody likes the R34. It's just one of those things. It's like, hey, that's an awesome car. I'd love to have it. It probably wouldn't get any of the time. Even if I had it, it wouldn't be something I'd drive every day. You know, it'd be just one of those toys you take out to the track every once in a while, and you'd be a garage queen and a show queen. But
Trailer queen.
Yeah. Number 2 on my list. If anybody knows, I'm a Subaru guy, so I gotta throw the 22B on there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I didn't even consider that on my list.
Shame on you.
Are we talking 22B like the regular 22B, or are we talking like Colin McRae 22B?
The 22B STI, the factory 22B. I mean, it's
are we talking like you can drive it every day, or are we talking in like rally setup like Colin McRae?
No. It would be something I'd want to drive and show off every day, not beat the living crap out of. I mean, don't get me wrong. It would probably get some crap beat out of it every once in a while, but it would be my prized possession.
The Colin McRae one, yeah. And that's awesome looking.
Yeah.
Beat the hell in that, but the heritage behind it is what's awesome.
Yeah. Number 3 on my list, like you said, for some little less practical, but I definitely need a deuce and a half. Just because it's a beast and it'll run on anything combustible with that Hercules diesel engine in it. And I could haul anything I wanted.
Deuce and a half.
A deuce and a half. What is she saying in the background?
Yeah, if we can put a cattle pusher on the front of it and run it down 224.
Yes. Yeah, but I mean,
why? Well, I understand a deuce and a half, but if you were going to look at a military vehicle that was large like that, why not a Jerv or an MRAP?
I don't know. I don't know. There's something about the deuce and a half that I like because it's got the big open.
It's not like it's not like us as civilians in Youngstown, Ohio, need a mine-resistant armored personnel vehicle.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. There's just something about the deuce and a half that I'm partial to. I mean, it's a giant truck that I could use around the farm, or It's got some practicality to it.
I do know we can't take it mudding out at Yankee Lake, though.
No. But I wouldn't go to Skanky Lake anyway. I think I've been there twice.
Well, the only reason I think about Yankee Lake is because one guy did that one too many times and won all the money.
Of course. Huh. Shocker there. But, yeah. So, number 3 is a deuce and a half. I got number 4. If you guys follow me on Facebook, you see I share a lot of posts. Kit from Knight Rider. I gotta have Kit. That's another show thing, but
Really?
yeah, I like Kit. Kit still rocks.
Hey, plug that.
Yeah. Kit,
For the shameless plug.
yep, shameless plug. Kit still rocks.
Well, what do you mean? Now, when you mean kit, like, you mean the actual car kit or just
No,
that year, what was that, a Trans Am?
the actual, yeah, it's a Trans Am. The actual Kit.
Okay.
Yeah, got to be the actual Kit,
Nope.
not just some Trans Am.
So what you're saying is if I just happen to, like, roll up in a black Trans Am with a red flashy LED bar in front, like, you'd be okay with not taking it?
I don't know. I might still take it, and then contact some companies that I know that do some Kit replica work. So
Nice.
yeah. So yeah, Kit is definitely on there. Number 4, number 5. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's a Russian vehicle. They call it Ruslan. Ruslan. It is the TTM 4902 amphibious tracked all-terrain vehicle. It's basically designed for transporting people and stuff through the inhospitable parts of, like Siberia and stuff. It is basically, it looks like you take 2 of the, the mini double trailers that semis haul, put tracks on them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I've seen one of those. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, because who doesn't need to go everywhere and be able to haul, your equipment around anywhere? Because, I mean, it's amphibious. It'll even go through water.
I've come to the conclusion that everybody is right. My God, I am really going bald.
Well, yeah, we knew that a long time ago, but you're not Zach Cox old. Or not Zach Cox bald. You're not billboard worthy yet.
It's definitely way to my face.
Yeah, you're definitely not billboard worthy yet, but you're getting there.
Oh, God.
All right.
So,
what?
if you had to choose out of that list, though, since you said they're not in order, what would be your number 1? I think I know.
It's a close toss-up between the 22B and the deuce and a half.
I was going to say, I bet you it's the 22B.
Yeah, I'm leaning more towards the 22B, but it's a real close call between the 22B and the deuce and a half. Yep.
I kind of went semi-practical. The reason I put the number 1 is because I've always liked lifted trucks and stuff, so that's hence the reason why that was number 1.
Yeah.
And I kind of threw them over, but we had moved like maybe the Lambo down to like 4 and the Austin Martin's up and kind of, mess that around a little bit. Any honorable mentions at all?
I mean, any Subaru gets an honorable mention from me because, I mean, I drive one now. I've had 6 of them now. All that definitely...
All of which he's blown up or managed to cause ringland failure in.
No, none of them had ringland failure.
Kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
No, none of them had ringland failure. The Forester, the transmission went out at 190-some thousand miles on the original transmission. The SVX I got rid of because we needed to make home improvements when the oldest was born, and it was a toy. My WRX, again, I sold just because I didn't have the time to play with it anymore, and it was my toy. I've had a couple first-generation legacies that the motor still ran just fine, and the transmission was all fine, but the bodies were toast because they were a 90 and a 91.
Kind of like 902.
Yeah. Except I think my 90 sedan that I had was a bit worse. The radiator, the core support wasn't there. It was gone. It was all rusted away. Like the radiator was kind of just hanging there.
Oh.
Yeah. But that one sat, I want to say, like an inch and a half off the ground. It was nice. I could stand up next to it and rest my elbow on the roof of the car. I love that car.
Jesus.
Yeah, I put some lowering springs on it and dropped it down quite a bit. I made $50 with that car once because a kid at the Y during the snow season betted me I couldn't do a donut in my front wheel drive Subaru. Not a Brody, a donut, and I proved him wrong. So I made $50 off of that in the Y parking lot in Boardman. Around a light post.
Nice.
Yeah. But throttle control, man. Throttle control. But
yeah.
Yep. So, yep, that's what I got for cars. What do you got for guns, my man?
Well, do we want to go into some of our other people's for cars, or do we want to just do their list in general?
No, we can just do their list in general, I think.
Okay. So, top 5 guns. So, number 1 is a definite number 1. The rest, 2 through 5, can be mixed up in any order. If you do not know what number 1 is for me by now, you've been sleeping under a rock for the last 16 episodes. Number 1 gun is the Heckler & Koch MP5.
Fanboy.
Yeah, I'm an MP5 fanboy. And the only thing close to an MP5 that I own is the GSG 22 MP5. And it's not even mine, it's my dad's.
Nice.
That's the closest thing that I'm around that's a MP5. I've held the real one. I've not really had the chance to shoot one, but I have held the real ones. And, well, damn it, all the 80s action movies for everybody having an MP5.
Yeah.
Number 2 on my list right now, because I'm in the process of wanting to build one, as I'm shaking the camera all around on Facebook Live.
Oh, way to go.
Is a Mark 11, built by Knights Armament, or otherwise known as the Mark 110, or there's several variants and stuff of that gun and what it's been used for and so on and so forth.
You want a Mark 11 Mod 0.
Yeah, the Mark 11 Mod 0. Probably one of my favorite 308 caliber ARs, built by a badass company, Knights Armament.
Yep.
I've heard a lot about them. You've been sitting under a rock this podcast. They're one of the, what would you say, Keith, the premier AR companies?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we'll just go with that. Like, they're one of the premier AR companies. The next one is a throwback to World War II. And it seems like if you look at everybody's list that did it, somebody's got a throwback somewhere in their list.
Yeah.
So, throwback to the infamous MG42, aka Hitler's Buzzsaw.
Yep.
And at the time, and I still think it holds some records, but at the time, it was the fastest firing machine gun. And I wish I would have looked up the round, how many rounds per minute. But it was something stupid that it would put out. And they said it literally sounded like fabric being ripped.
Oh,
It
geez.
just, that's how fast. And yeah, it was just unreal. I've always liked it. It is a 8mm machine gun, like 8mm Mauser. There are people out there that have converted them to 308 because it's a hell of a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
There are companies. Night, buddy. 1 second, guys. My kid's going to bed here. Right here. So there's several. I mean, they used to be able to buy parts kits out of Sportsman's Guide, if I remember right, like D-milled part kits.
Oh, geez.
And they're all gone, of course, and everybody and their brothers bought them. And so getting your hands on an MG42 is about, slim. It's pretty slim.
Yeah.
I've seen some. I know our local machine gun place actually just sold theirs, I believe, or they sold their MG30, or they sold the MG34. I don't know. I do still like them and would love to have one. Again, trying to find one and getting somebody to rebuild it, trying to get somebody to machine it and do all that work, and then trying to get a class license for it so I could shoot the actual thing. Yeah, you're looking at some serious money.
Yeah.
I do believe the one that I did see that was put together and for sale, minus the tax stamp, was I think like $14,000. Let alone, that's the other thing. The MP5. Let's jump back up. Let's throw prices out. So the MP5, a true one, you're looking. I've seen them all the way up to $25,000.
Wow.
The Mark 11, you've looked at the prices with me there, Keith.
Yeah.
What, $7,000?
Yeah.
For an actual
Mark 11 Mod Zero.
Yeah, for the Mod Zero, and probably about $5,000 for a clone.
Yeah.
So yeah, the fun guns ain't cheap.
Nope, never.
And cheap guns ain't fun. No, I'm just kidding.
Lies.
Yeah, we've for some reason all the Blottos are not cheap.
No.
God damn it. My next one is the Mark 25 SIG P229. This gun was designed by SIG for the Navy SEALs. It's got threaded barrel, night sights, trigger feels amazing. The gun is just all around awesome. I have had the privilege of shooting one. A friend of ours of the podcast has one. I've got to shoot it. I've got to shoot it with a suppressor on it. Only a couple rounds, but I love the damn thing. And out of all the guns on my list, it's the cheapest at $1,200.
Sheesh.
And I love it. Now, mind you, this is a pistol and it's a 9mm. I know somebody will criticize me, but I like it. I've always liked it. Nice gun. Very nice gun. My last one, because we had to kind of draw a limit on weapons,
Yeah.
per se, because, I was waiting for somebody to throw up, like, a Tomahawk cruise missile or friggin', AM9 Sidewinder or something,
Yeah.
So I decided that somebody didn't do that. So my last one is actually a weapon. It's actually got a trigger. That would be the Mark 19 belt-fed grenade launcher. Because nothing says happiness like a belt-fed grenade launcher.
Yeah.
And being able to fire full auto. Actually, you can't. Everybody that has ever used one will say you can never fire it full auto. And I've seen so many videos you can't fire it full auto. But at least a 3-round burst of 40 mic rounds.
Yeah.
I like the damn thing. I think it's neat. They have a lot of malfunctions. I know there's problems. I still don't care. I think it's neat.
Yeah.
I've always thought they're neat. And like I said, nothing says happiness like a grenade launcher.
Yep. So
that's my top 5. The only honorable mention I really have for that would be a well-built precision bolt gun. Caliber is not really a big deal. It could be .308, it could be .338, it could be 50 BMG, it could be .408 Shaytek. But a well-built accurate precision rifle. I'm not going to say sniper rifle because, that's not what my initial intentions are for with it. I want to be able to reach out and hit targets. But basically, yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. Like a well-built, long-range rifle.
a PRS rifle.
Yeah.
Yep.
When you absolutely positively have to hit the guy that's robbing your neighbor's house in the next zip code.
Yeah. Yep.
Behind the fridge.
Yeah.
That's why you buy a barrel.
Yep. So, yeah, on to my list. I'm going to skip to number 2 since you happen to throw out the B word, Barrett. Number 2 on my list is the Barrett 50 cal and 50 BMG. Because, who doesn't want a 50 BMG?
Just a 50 BMG?
Yeah, well, the M82A1 50 BMG.
Ah, yes.
But,
the M82,
yeah.
And really, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So, you brought up Barrett.
You brought up
and
Barrett.
bear with me, I'm stepping outside here. Okay, well, I said Barrett or Shaytek or, actually, like an idiot, I left a company out of there, McMillan, of all companies. Yeah. And that's what I was going to ask you. So, you want the M82A1?
Yep.
I'm going to assume most everybody listening or watching knows what the M82A1 is. But why not a bolt action like the, McMillan TAC 50?
Well, faster follow-up shots. That's all I can say. Faster follow-up shots.
You really think you're going to need a follow-up shot with a goddamn 50?
Well, no, but I mean, why the hell not be able to send another round down range like within 2 seconds instead of the 5 seconds? I mean, that's just me. I've got a bolt gun on there, so just calm your horses. But yeah, number one on my list, like I said, not mine aren't in really any specific order, but number one on my list is the Tikka T3 in 7.62 by 51. Tikka T3s are, I wouldn't say like top end, but I'd say mid range in the precision rifle area.
I was gonna say that's your bolt gun.
Yep, that's my bolt gun. And I just like, 7.62 by 51, which is the NATO designation for 308 Winchester.
Funny how you do that at a bolt. You do a bolt is a semi-auto variant.
You were cutting out. I got a bolt semi-auto variant.
Okay, sorry about that. So funny how yours is the bolt action 7.62 by 51.
Yep.
Where buying one of the ones on my list is a semi-automatic precision rifle in 7.62 by 51, which is the Mark 11.
Yeah.
308's a hell of a round.
Yeah. And I'm a little more towards the bolt gun because that's what I grew up shooting. My dad's got a 270 that we used to shoot groundhogs with. My 22 bolt action I used to shoot crows with on the farm. I've got my cheapo Remington 770 and 30-06. It's a bolt gun. I'm just kind of partial when I'm talking long guns. I'm talking bolt guns. I mean, that's just me.
Yeah.
But
the only reason I like the semi-auto per se, like the 7.62 by 31, is the same reason you like the Barretts. Quicker follow-up shots.
Yeah.
With a Barrett, you're not really going to need, per se, quick follow-up. But with a Mark 11 or that, like, 308, you're able to engage more than one target,
right,
quickly.
Yeah.
And they proved that time and time again in Iraq and Afghanistan, but a lot in Iraq. Chris Kyle did it with that rifle system.
Yep.
And like it's a no bullshit rifle. But the bolt actions, if you're reaching out distance and for precision, like the Precision Rifle Series, like the PRS, where you don't have to have such a quick follow-up, then yeah, Tikka is the way to go.
Yep. Jumping to number 5 on my list is another reach out and touch someone from the next zip code. It's a JP Rifles LRP-07 chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. Sniper's Hide had a video of it. It's on the actual channel is called SH Lowlight on YouTube, but they're based off of they're from Sniper's Hide forums, which is a PRS group, and I mean he puts off 3 rounds in under 3 seconds, all on target at 1,700 yards, and we're talking a standard IPSC target, and it was all almost, I think one was barely outside of the A zone on an IPSC target at 1,700 yards. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, it'll reach out and touch someone real nice. And then my number 3, back up the list is a Roland Special Glock 19. I just think they look pretty sweet.
A Roland Special.
Yep. It's got.
Bravo, sir.
Yeah.
I'm a Glock guy, but I could not justify myself to put a Glock anywhere on that list.
No?
I mean, other than maybe a Glock 18.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those, it looks badass, I want it. I mean, it's a Glock 19, but it's got, what's it got, a compensator, it's got an RMR, it's got a flared magwell, and it's got slide
yeah,
and stuff.
I'm
It's
not
like,
saying that they're beautiful guns. I'm just, yeah, I can do that to my 19.
Yeah. And
I mean, not with the machining and everything else and all the fun stuff, but you know, you can do that to every 19.
right.
You can put a comp and all that on there.
Yeah. I just like the way they look. I'm like, it's sweet. That would be one that I'd have it as a, it's like the Colt 1911s from the original Punisher, from the Punisher movie. I mean, you changed your Colts. Yeah. I'm surprised.
Yeah, all you did was wipe the trigger and put a compensator on them.
Yep.
Which those Colts were beautiful. Those were actually really nice.
Yes, they were.
And speaking of Marvel movies, since, everybody knows Endgame's out, really the only Marvel movies that I actually cared to watch were Punisher and Iron Man. Like the Iron Man series.
Yeah.
That was it.
Have you seen the Punisher show series on Netflix?
No.
It's better than the movie.
I have heard that. Because, see, here's the problem. Here's how Hollywood screwed up the Punisher movie. First off, you have the Punisher movie made back in the 80s with Dolph Lundgren. Great idea. The second movie that they made in 2003, somewhere in there, whatever.
Yeah.
They had John Travolta, and I forget who played the Punisher. But the problem is they made a third movie called Punisher Warzone, which looked badass. I thought it sucked terribly. For me to say about a Punisher movie. But the third movie sucked, and they didn't even use the same guy from the second movie, from the remake.
Yeah.
And I was very shocked that they didn't use the same guy.
Yeah.
Hi, Zach.
But, hi, Katie. When do you want your cage back?
I don't know. I'll text Katie's friend and find out.
So.
Okay, because we got a new cage already, so it's just sitting here waiting to go.
All right.
Okie dokie. The last one on my list, my nerd side's going to show a little bit, and no, it's not a fake gun, but it comes from a sci-fi show, the P90, from, because they use it in Stargate Atlantis. And it's a 5.7, so... What?
I've shot one.
Yeah, well...
I've actually shot one. They're awesome.
Can you see it?
No.
As a... How can I put this? The civilian version is fun to shoot, and that's all it's really good for. It's a good plinking thing.
Yeah.
Ammo's ridiculous expensive. For what it is, the ammo, in my opinion, is ridiculous. The military and law enforcement variant. So you have the PS90, which is the civilian version, and then the P90, which is the military version,
Right.
the full auto version. I would have to shoot one on full auto to see how easy it is to control, but I'm just not a fan of that 5.7 round.
Yeah, I mean, it would be one of those, I can say I have it, and I'd shoot it every now and then, but it wouldn't be utilized like I would the Tikka or the LRP-07, but, you know.
Actually, the funny thing about that, speaking of 5.7, is did you see the picture of the dude from the Venezuela coup running the AR 5.7?
No, I didn't see that.
He had I think a 16-inch barrel with the 5.7 P, like the PS90 mags.
Yeah.
On top, they make receivers like that for ARs, upper receivers. So it takes the 50-round mag from the P90,
Yeah.
puts it on top of the AR receiver.
Oh, yeah, I did
The
see
guy-
that. And he was using a PMAG to catch the spent casings.
Yeah, and it was suppressed.
Yeah.
I was like, the only problem is with that is I could see in close quarters using that round because the effective range on that is only, I think, like 100 yards.
Huh.
Like, it's not very far.
Hmm.
Somebody was telling me that the other day at work. I may have the actual effectiveness off, but it's not very far. The civilian version actually runs farther.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, that's your nerd side. I can see it.
Yep.
I see that.
All right. Well, that concludes our list. Do you have anybody's any submissions you want to go through on there, or do you want me to just go through them because I have them saved off the group page?
Well, since I'm kind of like screwed up with pulling stuff up
Okay.
and don't know how to not screw up Facebook and the Facebook Live and all of that fun stuff,
Okay.
I'm going to let you go off of them. I should have saved them and wrote them down.
I just took
There's
screenshots of
some,
them. So.
there's some real good ones on there.
Yeah.
The one thing I want to bring up before we get into everybody else's list, and it's on your list, and it wasn't on my list. Not that I don't like them, not that it wouldn't be in my top 10, but everybody wants a Skyline.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you look at everybody's list, somewhere on there's a Skyline, an R32, an R33, an R34. Yours is the Nurspec. Personally, I would take the Nurspec V,
Well,
which
yeah.
they only made like 10 of, I think. It's super ass rare.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you're gonna, everybody and their brother, Skyline this, Skyline that. I like the Skylines, don't get me wrong. It's not in my top 5. Top 10, yes. Not top 5.
Yeah.
Even like, somebody asked me at work, well, why not, you're a fan of the Porsche 911 GT3 RS. Again, not my top 5, top 10. Yeah, that may even be top 15. Because that one's like when you just want to take to the track, rip around the track, and that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I noticed Skylines are prevalent. Damn you, Fast and Furious.
Right?
Not me.
No, not Stevie. She wants just
I
wants a
love
55 Bel Air.
I like that.
57.
57, my bad.
I like the right-hand drive. I have driven two right-hand drive vehicles in my lifetime. One was a Jeep Cherokee that was a mail delivery vehicle, and the other was when I was working at Walmart. A kid brought in a Honda Civic. He didn't have the time to do the oil change, and he was going on a trip, and he needed an oil change done real quick. And he asked if anybody knew cars very well and stuff. And somebody directed him to me inside, and he's like, hey, I've got a right-hand drive converted Civic that I need an oil change done on. So I was the only one that was allowed to drive it because nobody else knew,
Yeah.
what they were really built. It was neat. I drove it. He let me drive around the park. But, not sure I'd want to drive it every day. And I've seen the post out there on Facebook. There's no way in hell I'd be trying to back through drive-throughs to get food.
Right? Yeah, that
And
R32 that was going
living in
back.
Florida, I actually seen that. I don't know. I can't remember what the car was, but I have seen that in person.
Yeah, I know a guy in Girard that
And-
did it in his R32 that he had.
Are you talking about somebody that we know used to have a Subaru?
Yes, I believe. Yeah, we're talking about the same person.
Yeah, and he sold the Skyline, didn't he?
I think so.
It was for sale.
Yeah.
Because a friend of mine was very upset that he didn't have the cash flow to get it.
Yeah.
And that was I like that color.
Yeah, black with white wheels.
That one. It was that dark gray, like almost gunmetal gray metallic.
Yeah, and it had white wheels on it.
Oh, see, I seen the one that had black wheels.
Oh, no, then we're not talking about the same person then. No, his were white.
We're talking about.
Hang on.
They may have been white wheels. I thought he had black ones on it.
Because the one I'm talking about, the car is black, and he had white wheels on it. There's a couple.
We're talking about. So, used to live in Austin town too, right?
I don't think so. J.R. Johnson.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Hickman's.
No, J.R. Johnson. Yeah.
Didn't he have one?
He might have. I don't know.
Because his was an R32 also. Somebody else had one. And the funny thing is about the Skylines. So most people are wondering why everybody likes this car. Okay, so for the folks that listen to this that aren't into cars, the Nissan Skyline is just it's mean. It's an inline twin turbo 6-cylinder, just like in Toyota Supra. And that's another one that is in my top 10. The Mark IV Toyota Supra. Love that car. Love the fact that there's people out there running 4-digit horsepower out of them, and they're just street monsters.
Yeah.
And they're scary street monsters. Oh my God. Matt Robinson, if you watch this, I really want to know what power you're putting on. You should bump it up the 4 digits. If he wants to kill you. 4-digit horsepower is a good number.
Yeah.
It's expensive, but good number to have. It's I don't know what to say about the car. The one thing that makes it so coveted is for the longest time it was illegal to get them in the States.
Yep.
And then they started becoming legal with like the R32 was first, and then the R33, and then now what? Next year is it that the R34 will now be legal?
It's either next year or 2022. I can't remember.
Yeah, and that's because of the 20-year
It's 25.
thing, and it's got all this emission stuff. Now,
Yeah.
with that being said, there are R34s here in the States, but they're, air quotes as I do this, track use only.
Yep.
Or show use.
Yep. They're not
I've
actually
seen-
registered and plated for daily driving.
Yeah, I've seen two at a show in Pittsburgh at the World Wheels. Both R34s. Beautiful. I've seen a R33 in my development in Florida. And the kid had a R34, basically a rolling shell sitting in his garage,
Nice.
waiting to build it as a track car. But once they became legal, to turn it into a street car.
Yeah.
And his R33 was nuts. I went for a ride in it, and it was just, it's weird being on the driver's side of a car that's going like 100 mile an hour and you don't have a steering wheel in your hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
definitely
very
different.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say about lines other than they're just monsters.
Yeah.
Hence the reason why they called them Godzilla.
Yep.
I know I'm going to get blasphemy for this and people are going to want to hang me. The GTR that is out, the R35,
Yeah. But
I don't really consider that a Skyline.
nope.
Even though it has tail lights and all that. And to
But
me,
it's
that's
not
not
a Skyline. They don't call it a Skyline. It is literally just the GTR.
That's, yeah.
It's like what they did with
That's,
the WRX and the STI in 2015. They split it off from the base Impreza platform. It's no longer a Subaru Impreza WRX, or it's just a Subaru WRX and Subaru WRX STI. It's not on the Impreza platform technically anymore.
so the WRX STI is now is the WRX and the separate on their own right too on platforms.
Yes, the WRX and the WRX STI are not on the Impreza platform technically anymore. As of 2015, they separated them because they wanted to do slightly different stuff with the body. And
Yeah,
the
But
WRX.
is the STI even separate further
No.
from just the regular WRX?
Well, yes and no. I mean, like the older Super and the Impreza WRXs and Impreza WRX STIs, the WRX has the FA, I think it's the FA or it might be the FB, whatever, the 2.0 direct injected turbo motors. And the STI still has the EJ series, the EJ 257 in it. The motor on the STI has not changed at all. I mean, other than technology parts, but it's still an EJ 257, whereas the Imprezas, they used to be the EJ 20s, like the 205s, the 207s.
Yeah.
Now it's
Because
now it's
I
the
had
chain
205
timing.
there.
Yeah, and now it's the chain timing, the FA series, the F series 2.0, direct injected turbo, but it's just a weird setup to me. I don't like the new F series motors. Because the intake and the exhaust are both on the bottom of the motor. It's just wacky.
no.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a good motor. I mean, it is, like I said, it's direct injected now instead of, being injected through the intake manifold. The fuel is directly injected into the cylinders. And it's chain drive timing and not belt timing anymore. But it's just, I don't know, it just blows my mind how they put the intake and the exhaust like right next to each other, and the heat issue with the boost and stuff is what I mean, I'm sure there's shielding and stuff. I haven't really dug into tearing one apart, but I'm sure there's shielding in between the intake and the exhaust, but just the heat transfer from the exhaust to the intake would be something that would throw me off. And I don't like the new CVTs they put in the WRXs either. I mean, why would you want an automatic in a sports car like that? I don't know. I drove my brother's WRX with a 6-speed,
maybe.
and it's still crazy. It's still an awesome running car, but yeah.
Yeah. So, well, we'll just go down through some of the lists, and the folks that put in the list. So we had said we're going to pick a couple. We're going to mail you out some stickers because, unfortunately, that's all we got right now until we get some other stuff made up.
Yep.
But we'll get some stickers out to the folks of the list we like. If you don't get one, don't be salty. It was just, it's our podcast, so we get to choose. So we'll just put it at that.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we didn't have the girls jump in on this. Well, I don't know. Maybe Stevie did. Tanya did not. To put in like their top 5 because I know some of my wife's cars versus firearms. Her not so.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if it came in Tiffany blue and was expensive, she'd want it.
Yeah, it sounds
if
about
they could
right.
Tiffany blue a friggin' bear,
now.
she'd probably want it. If they could Tiffany blue a friggin' 155 Paladin, she'd want it.
Yeah. Ow! I just got hit with a pillow.
Expensive taste.
You want a 57 Chevy Bel Air.
You're expensive taste.
I'm perfectly content with building it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All females have expensive tastes.
False.
Yeah, it's not really that true. I mean,
even if you build what you're looking at, you're still going to want it to be faster than your other halves.
I don't care how fast it
she doesn't care how fast it goes. She just wants to cruise in it.
Oh, see, I call that false because Tanya always said she wanted a car faster than mine, and I said I'd never let it happen.
I don't care if this car's faster than mine.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to start going down the lists here. PJ, his list for cars, 69 Camaro SS, the General Lee, the GTR, he said pretty much any year. Obviously, it's a GTR. Number 4, 70 Chevy 4-wheel drive pickups. And number 5 is a Tribute T.
The old square body Chevys.
Yeah, he likes the old square bodies. On his gun list, number 1's a Scar. I don't know, they just kind of seem clunky to me, but that's just me.
You mean the overpriced UGG stock?
Yeah, the UGG boot stock.
Wait, what?
I'll show you in a minute.
I'm not a fan of the Scar.
Boots are awful.
His number 2's a 416. I'm not sure that I've ever heard of what a 416 is.
Okay. It's a H&K 416. It's an AR platform.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. A lot of special operations guys are using it. It's a nice gun. Has a hefty price tag for an AR platform for the civilian market.
Yeah. His number 3 is an AR-15 platform. He put pistol or rifle.
Which, BJ, if you watch this, what caliber?
Yeah.
300,
The biggest one.
7.62, 5.56, 9 mil.
When I shoot
Yeah.
things, I want to blow
You know.
holes in them.
Let us know what caliber, man.
Yeah. Number 4 is an 870 Express. Fair enough.
Look at
Good
how
choice.
it makes a big boom.
And number 5 is a Glock 17.
A Glock 17.
Yep, he said a 17.
What can I have that makes big holes in things?
Let's figure that out. It's within our price range.
Oh.
Now,
I kind of want a
the
grenade.
DJ's list, I went to the Glock 17. I would like to know what Gen 2. A Gen 3, a Gen 4. I personally would choose a Gen 3 17.
Can I have a grenade launcher?
So Stevie just says, I want a grenade
Yes,
launcher.
No, I already got it. I'm already manning the belt fed.
I just want something that throws
She wants-
bombs.
we'll just get her an AR and put an M203 on it.
Whatever.
Well, I can hear her saying she wants something to put a hole in somebody. Give her a 155.
Listen, no, not just any hole. I want a soda can size hole.
She's like, not just any
Does she
hole.
not
I
know
want a
what
soda
155
can.
is?
No, and I'm spacing on what it is too.
Or I want to just
155
disintegrate.
Paladin, 155 Howitzer.
I just want to
Oh, yeah.
disintegrate all the things.
She just wants to disintegrate things when she shoots it.
That makes things just disappear.
It's a great plan.
Yeah.
I like this plan.
Actually, if she wants to put a pop cake size hole in something, just give her an RPG 7.
Yeah.
Is that the
It's
big
straight.
RPG launcher thing?
Yeah. Rock on.
The big gun that you
Yeah.
put up on your shoulder that
Yeah.
shoots out both ends? I like that.
Yeah. All right, moving on to Joe's list.
That
Number one.
hipster,
What?
Joe.
Yeah. So Joe's list. Number 1, 96 Skyline GTR V-Spec. Number 2.
Ah, yes, my buddy Joe.
Yep.
This is my friend Joe from the past community out in Vegas, Joe Ramirez. He's a good dude. Again, with the Skylines. Here we are with the Skylines again.
Yep. Number 2 is a 64 Impala. Number 3.
It better be on hydros, Joe.
Number 3 is a 93 to 96 Toyota Supra. Number 4 is a
The Mark IV.
Yep. Number 4 is a 65 C10. Why he wouldn't want a K10, I don't know, but. And number
Everybody, what? C10s.
what? The C10.
That's kind of like the F100s. A lot of people like the F100s too.
Yeah. I don't know. I just the old Chevy square bodies. Why you?
They're good for building
Yeah.
They're good for building rat rod trucks and stuff out of.
Yeah, that's true. His last number 5 is a 69 Camaro. On his gun list, number 1's a minigun. Say hello to my little friend.
It's like a gun.
Yeah. Number
At
2.
3,000 a minute.
Yeah. Number 2 is a 338 Lapua. That's a caliber, though.
Ooh.
What gun? Probably a Bravo
Yeah.
51, but that would be my guess.
Probably any 338 Lapua.
Yeah, yeah. Number 3, the infamous Dragunov. There we go. Now we're getting into some interesting ones, but number 4,
The China, a
What?
very nice gun.
Yeah.
Weird caliber.
yeah. His number 4 is an SBR. Okay, AR SBR, and what caliber? And last on his list is a Glock, a
I think
suppressed
he
Glock.
hit me up that one. I think it was a 5.56 AR platform, SBR.
Probably. And last on his list is a suppressed Glock 19.
Nice. Joe, if you ever come to Ohio within the next couple years, 2-3 years, yep, I'll let you shoot Glock 19 because I should have one.
How does Tony feel about that?
I don't know. And moving on to John's list.
John.
Good old John. Number 1 is a Blue Devil Corvette. Number 2.
You have to research that. If you don't know what it is, you have to research it.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to look that up. I think, I don't know, I'm going to have to look it up.
I know which one it is. I'm not give anything away. I know which one it is, and that's a different one to have on a list.
Huh. Okay. Number 2. This one's a little lengthy. He says
I
he
like
thinks
it, though.
yeah. He's like, I think I sense I've gone too far, but it's a supercharged custom V8 Chevy pickup with armored glass and all black paint job with an airbrush of President Trump riding a phoenix holding the sword from Thundercats and an M16.
That sounds amazing.
Sounds like America right there. Now he just needs to put some bacon on it.
No. It's gonna. The exhaust is going to smell like bacon.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The exhaust will smell like bacon.
Nice.
Number 3 is a late model Z06. Number 4 is a Monster Miata.
What?
Monster Miatas.
Is that like a regular sized car that looks like a Miata?
No. Look it up. Like he said, look it up. They're awesome.
Listen.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to real quick while I'm reading his last one.
Because it's not that far of a stretch.
Yeah, right. Number 5 is a custom Supra, Gen 2, not the one that everyone else wants. And he says, yes, Zach, like the one I already used to own, but with a 1JZ swap.
Yes. So me and John went to Ohio together.
Did you say they went to
And the one that he had was insane. It was pretty ballsy. And I could see doing 1Js with Fool.
breaking up really
Yeah,
bad.
you were breaking up there.
So are you looking at Monster Miata?
Yeah, I'm looking up Monster Miata. V8 powered Miata.
I'm not.
That would be the one. It has an LS motor in it.
LS swap the world.
Yeah.
On to John's.
I'm not a straight guy by any means, but I do want to take. This is like something I've wanted to do for. I'd like to take a 93 through 97 Ford Probe GT, rip the motor out of it, convert it to rear-wheel drive, and put an LS, like an LS6 in it with a single turbo.
Interesting.
Because the car is so damn light, it would probably either A, do wheel stands and never get traction, or B, it would just be a goddamn rocket.
Yeah. So, on to John's gun list. Glock 18 is number 1. He says it's the closest you'll ever come to owning the original RoboCop gun.
Truth.
Yeah. Number 2 is an M16, cause America. Number 3 is a full auto Chris Vector, either 45 or 9. It's another one of those big, bulky, weird-looking guns that I don't see the appeal of it.
The cyclic rate on that, though, is so insane. Like, it empties a mag ridiculously fast.
Yeah. Number 4 is an MP5. Sounds like we got ourselves another MP5 fanboy. And
Not so much of a fanboy, but he like.
okay. And number 5 is a 1919 to mount to the top of his truck.
Smart man.
Heck yeah. Moving on to Matt's list, his cars. Number 1's a 95 Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4.
He has wanted that car. A little background on Matt, real quick. So most of these guys that are commenting, either I'm friends with or Keith, or both of us are friends with. So, little background on Matt. Matt is currently deployed overseas. I won't say where for OPSEC. He's a good friend of mine. Known him for years. I won't say exactly what he does in the military either. But that VR4 has been something he wanted for the longest damn time. And I have actually tried to help him find you for a while back. But other than that, I'll let you continue on his list there, Keith.
All right. Number 2 is a World War II original Willys Jeep. Number 3 is an 03 Model T.
Now, I want to ask, Does he mean 1903 Model T?
I would assume so. I mean, because he.
Unless there's something out there with an '03 Model.
No, yeah, I don't know, because even a Tesla is a Model S.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Number 4 is a 95 Supra. And number 5 is a Matt V.
Nice.
On his gun list, number 1 is an original World War II 1911. Number 2 is a bolt gun and .338 Lapua. Number 3.
Nice.
Yeah, number 3 gets a little lengthy again. Select fire AR-15 in either 5.56, 6.8, or 5.7 with a surefire suppressor, gas piston, ambi safety, ambi catch, non-5.7 models, side folding, rear stock. Can't remember model, but there's one that maintains firing functionality, and in an SBR.
And if you watch this later, Matt, that would be a company called Deadfoot Arms.
Yep.
That is who I'm going to be running on my AR-9 build.
Number 4 is a .338 Lapua Mag AR-10. And number 5 is the Perfect 10.
That sounds hard to get.
Yeah. All right. On to the next list. We have Zachary Cox. And what do you know? His first one's a Volkswagen.
I wish he was actually watching, but he's not. He was earlier.
So on his car list, number 1 is a Volkswagen Scirocco.
Surprise.
Shocker. That's not the only Volkswagen on his list either.
I know.
Number 2 is an original Toyota Land Cruiser. Number 3, an R33 Skyline. Number 4...
Really? Now, a Land Cruiser, that's a surprising one. Most people would shoot, that's a surprising one to choose.
Yeah. It's definitely different.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have you seen an original Land Cruiser in a while?
No, it's been a long while.
There's a guy down at the airport that works for, I think, Southwest that has one. The only downside to it is it's bright freaking yellow.
Yeah, I think the
yellow.
The one I've seen recently has actually been on a TV show. One of the characters in the TV show Haven drives one. It's right-hand drive and all.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but it's that bright yellow.
Cool looking, but definitely older.
Yeah. So, number 3 on his was an R33 Skyline. Number 4, an E30 M3.
Good choice. At least for an M3 in the year.
Yeah. And number 5 is a 26-window Volkswagen Bus.
Yes.
Rare as hell.
Yeah. And on his gun list...
I've only ever seen one picture of one, and that was the guys from American Pickers found one.
Yeah. Yeah. So, on his gun list, number 1's a Scar, another Ugg boot fanboy. Number 2...
But I think this one actually wears Ugg boots, though.
I wouldn't doubt it. Number 2... Him and his freaking Beowulf, man. A 50 Beowulf AR.
I don't blame him, though. If I had every other caliber of AR done, I'd probably get a Beowulf.
Yeah, if I had every other caliber available first.
Yeah, but I don't blame him. I would probably have a Beowulf at some point in time.
Yeah. Number 3 is a Shockwave.
Okay.
Number 4.
Legal in Ohio.
Yeah. Number 4 is a Springfield XD Mod 2. Says he has one and he loves it. It says forever his carry gun. Which I carry a Springfield. It's not a Mod 2, but it's the first gen. And I love it. Shoots great. It's comfortable.
And I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, I will be getting a Glock at some point, though.
I don't have a problem with. I had a Springfield XD mod. I'm assuming it was a mod 1. It was a service model. So it had a little bit longer barrel, a little bit higher capacity magazine than your standard model, and it was in 45 APC, and it was a nail driver. I liked it.
Yep.
I do regret selling it, but I sold it for a 1911, and then a few years later, I sold the 1911 like an idiot.
Yep. Yeah, that's what
So,
mine is, an
Two guns
XP9 Ford.
that I regret selling. Both of those.
And then last on his list is a Dragunov. He said, because why the hell not?
Again, with the rarity and the cool factor, yeah.
Yep. So then we move on to Gary's list. Number 1 is a Volkswagen Mark III GTI VR6. Number 2 is a 96 RX-7.
Very good choice.
Yep. Number 3 is an R30 Skyline.
That was before they... Yeah.
Yep.
That's before they actually were called the GT. I think that's right before they got called the GTRs.
Yeah, because the
They were
Skylines
actually...
have been around since the 70s, the 60s and 70s.
Yeah. It's like a four-door sedan-looking thing.
Yep.
And they actually... They're rare as all hell. There are four-door R32s, I believe, in Japan.
I think so.
They're very rare, but I have seen pictures of them, and they look awesome, actually.
Yeah. Number 4 is a Nissan 300Z Z32 TT.
Yes, the old reliable 300ZX twin turbo.
Yep. Number 5 is the Volkswagen Mark IV R32.
You don't have video.
No.
Another Volkswagen fan guy.
Yep.
He's had some cool Volkswagens, though.
Let's see. On his gun list, Desert Eagle 50.
There you go. There's a different one.
Yep. Number 2 is a standard Army issue M16. Number 3.
Which,
Yep.
if you read down in the comments of that, he wants the original Eugene Stoner
Yeah.
one that they, like the very first M16, chambered in 308.
Yep.
So the original one. So if you guys know that we did a podcast on the AR-15, he wants the original bad boy.
Yep. Number 3 on his list is a 44 mag revolver. Number 4.
Very hairy.
Yeah. Number 4 is a Scar. What is it? What is it with people in the Ugg boot stock? Man.
I don't know. We won't get into that.
Yeah. Number 5's an AK-47.
Nice. That's the first AK we've had, actually.
Yeah. So we got 4 lists left. We are now at an hour and a half, so we'll get through this pretty quick.
That's a good list of guns.
Yeah. So I'm going to get through these last 4 relatively quickly here, since we've now hit an hour and a half. So Richard Thomas, 93 to 98 Supra. Number 2, Acura NSX. Number 3, a 58 Ford Fairlane. Number 4, an R33 Skyline. Number 5, a 69 Chevelle. For guns, a pre-World War I 1911. Number 2, a Glock 18. Number 3, a Mark 18 rifle. Number 4, a Ferguson rifle. Number 5, a 1750 British Sea Service pistol. Stevens list. Number 1 is an 06 Z06 Corvette. Number 2 is a 2000 Dodge Viper. Number 3 is a 64 GTO. Number 4 is an R34 Skyline. Number 5 is a 93 to 98 Supra. And his gun list is an original Thompson, an H&K G36, an M1 Garand, an M2 Browning, and a PSG-1. Then on
That last one, pure beauty.
Yeah. And then these last two were on my personal Facebook page that I posted about it, not in the group. Brendan says his cars is an Eleanor Mustang, a chopped Model A truck, a Ford F1, an STI, and a 50s Dodge Power Wagon. And his guns are Colt Single Action Army, Howa HCR, an FN57, a SCAR, and an M1919. And Tyler...
I like the fact that people are
Yeah. Tyler's car list is a 51 Ford Short Bed, a 73 Barracuda, a Dodge Demon, an Aston Martin DB9, and a Hellcat. And his gun list, a Nighthawk Agent 2, an STI...
very nice.
Yeah, he's got some nice guns on here that he likes. An STI DVC carry.
Wow.
Yeah, an Accuracy International 300 Win Mag. A B&T 9mm subgun.
There you go.
And a Costa Ludus 1911, a 9mm.
My God, man, that was... Yeah, he automatically gets a sticker.
Yeah.
Because that list of guns was just badass.
Yeah, Tyler's the one that was in my NRA instructor class from Columbus. He owns...
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he owns Dynamic Threat Solutions and Warrior Defense Armory down there. They do... He's the guy that I was telling you about that does Cerakoting and stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he definitely gets a sticker, and the man knows his firearms.
Yeah. And
he's also a fellow Austin Martin DB9 fan, so...
Yeah. He was Army, and he also did personal protection, too. So
wow.
He's definitely got a background. But that wraps up our lists. So Tyler's getting some stickers. Who else are we giving some stickers?
We will have to... Well, make this...
You're cutting out again, buddy.
Probably... sorry, my connection's going bad here. Tyler for sure is going to get stickers. We'll have to go over the rest of the lists.
Okay.
Later tomorrow.
Okay.
And we'll let you guys know. We'll pick a couple winners. We'll post it on the group. And then we'll get your information and get them sent out to you.
Heck yeah. All right, you got anything to add before we sign off tonight?
Other than that, sorry if the connection sucked. We wanted to get out, and basically we had to kind of improvise on the fly to do it. So,
Sorry.
Next episode, hopefully we're both back in the studio and stuff done on the work night. Other than that, me and the Bearded Tank are taking a pistol class.
Yep.
Later in May.
You're welcome.
And I will be at the USDCA Expo. Sorry, there, Keith.
Yeah.
You know how much you wanted to go.
I know. I'll be at a wedding in Arkansas. That's all right.
Hey, I kind of rather be in Arkansas though. It's just
Yeah, than Pittsburgh.
oh, I hate Pittsburgh. I hate Cleveland
Same.
and Pittsburgh. I just ugh.
Yeah, big cities just.
I
suck
see
in
those
general.
areas way too much.
Yeah, considering you work
Yeah.
in Pittsburgh.
But with that being said, of course, all the people that we've talked about are now watching. PJ is watching. John Evans is watching. I was like,
Of course.
oh, now my camera switched it around somehow to the. I don't know how I did that, but okay. But I will be down there for sure Saturday, so the 18th. I may be there all weekend. Any of our friends that listen to this, anybody on Instagram, anybody on Facebook, if you're going to be there, let Beer to Tank know. If you want to meet up to BS, you can go grab a beer or something after the convention. Convention, talk shop. It'd be awesome to meet up with some people. So, other than that, I ain't got nothing.
All right. Yeah, I don't have anything either. Well, big shout out to my wonderful wife for setting us up with the class. It's kind of a late birthday present.
Yes, thank you.
So Stevie covered the class and Zach's covering ammo, so I appreciate you guys.
No problem, brother.
So, and a big shout out to Jared at Marketan Defense Solutions for doing the class. He had a real crappy day today. Had to go sit because of a canceled seminar, which is totally BS. But I won't say anything else on that because that was just real crappy for him today.
Yeah, that was a bad situation.
Yeah, and did you see? And it got worse. I don't know if you saw, but
I seen it got worse as of today.
yeah, I'll tell you about it after we quit recording.
Oh, okay.
So, all right, I got nothing else. So, this is Keith, the Bearded Tank.
Zach Stackman
Dad Brigade Podcast.
out.
Out.